Hello, I'm Richard Raffan. In this video you're going to see me turn the twin to this blank into this little dish. I have here a couple of blanks of an unknown hardwood. Came out of, no, that's the end which was sealed, that's the other end which was sealed. And there is some evidence of figure in there, and I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but I'm hoping to get some figure there, and it does go through to the outside, to the other side like that. The blank has splits, so the options are going to be to take them away altogether, in which case I end up with a lot smaller plate. At the moment this is 1.5 inches, 40 millimeters thick, and it's 8 inches diameter, which is 200 millimeters. And my thinking is that I'm going to make a kind of rounded plate, and leaving some of the fissures as a kind of feature. So this goes on to the screw chuck. Shorten the screw with a disc. And just lock the spindle so I can tighten that up. As usual, I'm going to be roughing down with a 1/2 inch spindle gouge, and just using just to the right of the nose, sorry, just to the left of the nose of the tool. The first indications are it's going to work quite nicely. Quite short-grained, very dusty, and I can see the figure coming up already, which is good. So as usual, just getting rid of everything I don't want in the final piece early on. Right, so there's a long, deep fissure up through there, which is going to make me wonder about even filling some of these fissures with epoxy and dust, or maybe even colour, but I went through filling cracks with colour about 40 years ago, and never really felt the need to return to that. So running this, it's nice and evenly balanced, running at 1300, just about. Shear cut back to the middle, check that it's slightly concave. And I'm going to fit this onto a foot for the moment, but that might well come off. This will go into step jaws. Now, first decision is going to be, do I want any kind of bead up here? A very nice figure coming out. A not very nice big split. So this is definitely going to be a chunky dish, and I'll assume that for the moment I'm going to keep the foot on. There's a very good chance it'll come off, I think. So flatten the bottom first, or leave it slightly dish, smooth the bottom, that's what I'm trying to say. Ooh, that feels very nice. Oh, yes, feels very smooth. Yeah. So straight in on the foot for the moment. Just bring that round. Very dusty. Right, that will be rounded when I've turned the bowl round. All looks pretty good. So yes, I think I can say this bottom will almost certainly come off. I won't necessarily want any decoration at the bottom either. Right, 180 grits. It's had an outing before that bit, so is this, but we'll see what there is. When I'm sanding, I want to feel the wood dragging on the abrasive. That's also being used. Come up with a fresh bit. Bit of torn grain there. Very small foot. I quite like the look of it now. I think I will be keeping it, and we'll just put a bit of decoration. I will put a bit of decoration. Blue 240 grits. This gets oil. I'm using rice bran oil. And those of you waiting for the appearance of a sock will be disappointed, because I don't want to get wax built up in these splits. I do want the oil back in there. So I use the less waxy sock just to get the surplus oil off. Now I don't want to go any deeper than the hole I've got in the middle, which at the moment is that deep, which is about halfway, and that's with a heavier dish is probably going to be more than enough. Now I've still got, do I want to keep any of that texture up on the rim? Probably not. I really like the feel of a rounded edge, but anyway, we'll see how we go. 3/8 bowl gouge, 1/2 inch diameter. So I can start looking at this stage, thinking, do I want a plate with a kind of textured rim like that? And that is an option. A not very nice split coming up in the middle. But this has got high figure, and I'd rather reveal that and take this the grey rim away. I might just round the rim over first. It's almost using the wing of the tool just as a little shear scraper. Then the other wing, same thing. Have a wide rim, but now I should be having figure coming through. Yes, so a little bit more to come away up there. Use the left wing to shear scrape. I'm just going for very simple. Try a deep inner lip. Slight lump in the middle. Now I can come up with this. Leave a little undercut rim, and then I could re-chuck this easily to turn the bottom off. That vibration would probably lead to a bit of tear out here somewhere. No, seem to have got away with that. Now, how does that feel? all of this edge in contact with the wood at once, just a little bit at one time. I'll tilt this up on edge to get into the corner. This slightly tighter curve radius. I want to get in under here a little bit. So just use the skew chisel as a negative rake scraper. Down even a little bit further. Let's just have a look and see what's happening when I'm shear scraping here. If I take the tool just straight in, I will actually cut that curve. It's the same shape as most of the edge, but that's far too likely to bind. So if I tilt it up on edge, the more I tilt it up on edge, the finer the shaving I'm going to get, and the tighter the curve. So if I take it right off an edge, then I'm not going to cut anything, but if it's up, pitched up 45 degrees or even a bit steeper, I'm going to get that very nice clean surface off the scraper. If you let that tool, let the wood contact the top edge of the tool, there'll be a hell of a whack and the tool will be smashed down onto the rest. So you've got to make sure you keep the cut in the bottom edge of the tool when you're shear scraping. Right, sand all that. Go at that with the power, so I normally do the insides of these. That's because when you're hand sanding, a lump is likely to develop in the middle. When you're power sanding, it's likely to be a dip. I'm used to using the power sander, so that's I just feel more comfortable going across the centre with that tool, just to get the overall shape done. The blue, the 240 grits. few little splits across there in a kind of loop, but don't think that looks too bad. I'll have a little go at it with the rotary sander. And this is also 240 grit. Because this goes round with the wood, it's less likely to leave a swirl mark, let alone a concentric ring. Those of you wondering why I don't blow it out, I don't have a compressor. Neither do I intend to buy one at my age. It's just going to get oil. This is meant as a utilitarian dish. I imagine if it's used it will be washed up, and by that time it starts to gain a patina. The patina of use. That looks pretty nice, and the more it gets used and the more it gets life going into it, whatever food you use it for, then that'll just build up the patina.